All right, so we got the tire popped off. Got the GT350 up on the quick jacks. And these are the tools we're gonna use here to pop off all the plastic pins. We popped the tires off because we're gonna have to remove all these pins here on both sides of the car. On the front, all the pins you see, because what we gotta do is get right here. There's gonna be a screw. I believe it's a 7mm, and we're gonna have to get under there and screw that out to pop this part of the fender off. So I'm gonna start popping these things off. So I just wanna show you a little tip here. The first one here, I actually used this tool and I popped it out from the bottom and it came flying out. I thought I broke it, but it was fine. But what I've noticed is if I use this smaller tool, because this is the one I used, first, there's two parts to it, and I didn't know that. You guys might know that, but I didn't know that. So see, I got under there and it was real simple. Look at that. I mean, it was with ease. And then this one just easily came out. So that's the trick. I mean, if you guys would have saw me do the first one and then this just pops right back in, you just put that back in and we're good. So that's the trick. So I'll do another one here. If I was to just try to pop it out this way, there's a chance I think it's gonna break, and then it comes out pretty, you can tell like you might break one of them. So I like I said, this is new to me. I don't have a lot of experience doing this job, but you know, obviously it's my first time. I'm you know, God willing, everything's gonna come out right. But this thing just pops out real. I mean, look at how easy that is. No problem. So you want to pop out that top piece first, and then look at that, no problem, right out. Like I said right here, it just like bam, and I'm like, oh crap, I broke the first one. But luckily it didn't break. So just pro tip right there, pro tip. I got all of the pins out, and if you see here, let me move this one over here. There's 15 of the smaller pins, and then you have two. These are bigger, larger pins. 2 of those, 15 of those. Now this is on the driver's side for the plastic wheel well there. So everything is out, but those 2 bigger ones I just showed you, they go right here. This is the driver's side. There's 2 on the bottom. These are the 2 bottom ones. Those are where the big ones go. So we're gonna hold the camera. Let's see how this thing pops out. All right, they came right out. There we go. And if you guys see, all right. So this is why, hopefully this video will help us and those of us that are gonna do this work of taking it off. So there's one you can't see. Just, I'm not a pro, but I want to say it, another pro tip. I'm gonna try to get under there. So when you're pulling this out, back here, right back here, I know you can't see it, but there's one last pin. So here's my hand. If you reach right back here, there's one last little push pin right there. So that's all that's keeping it together. So I'll remove that and then we'll move on to the next step. I pulled that pin out, so let's see. It should easily pop out. And if you guys see, I mean, it is simple. That is easy there. It's out, guys. Everybody. So there it is. It's out pretty. So I want to say this, the work is not hard. I'm not a patient guy, but I told myself I need to be patient. So it's just patiently taking the pins out. I didn't break any. They're in perfect condition. So there we have it. So just to clarify, after getting the one out way in the back, the pin, there's 16 little ones and then 2 big ones. And those two big ones go right here. We're gonna remove the screws here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and these are 8mm, the size, and then there's one here, this little one, if you see it, if you pull that up, and then there's one on the other end, also if you pull that up, and those are a 5.5. So we're just gonna remove those, pretty simple. Okay, so now, right there, this is a hard spot. That's the screw, and that's a 7mm. And if you see here, 2 fingers, that's what you're working with. So I purchased a little, I'm gonna put a link on everything I'm using. I purchased a little mini ratchet, and even then you can barely, like you're barely hearing a few clicks every time you come the opposite way, but you know that you're loosening it. And here's the mini ratchet. I'll leave a link. It's got a small diameter on the head because, believe it or not, that is a small little, if you see there, look at, you're barely working with anything. So we're gonna remove that. And there's one of equally the same on both sides of the driver's side and the passenger side. So if you see there, you hear that, there's not too much room. So you just gotta be patient and keep going. So when you get that screw out, this is the size of it. So it's pretty long. I mean, so you just gotta be patient with it. So you just wanna pull up and it pops out. So, you know, I had to kind of check in there and see, you know, make sure that I wasn't gonna break anything, but everything looks good. That's just some black stuff right there, but yeah, I can see where it just goes in, and then you just lift and pop. So from what I see right now, we've got 1 here, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Over on this end, we've got 6, and it's the same one right here, 7. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove those. All right, so this is really helpful. So this one, if you guys see, you could probably barely see it, but my arm's gonna probably get in the way. But right here is the connector. You'll see them when they're connected, this gray one. Now that one is this way, and all you have to do is just pull it off. I mean, it slides right off. This one was tricky. I took patience because I was like, what the heck is this one? So I figured out, you know, I kept seeing that you gotta close this tab and then pull. But then it was like, oh, it should come out easy. It was not coming out easy, but if you guys see here what I figured out, I was pulling this whole thing. Now I didn't pull it hard because I didn't want to break nothing. But I was like, it's not coming out easy like the other one. But the minute this was connected in, right, you guys see it, it connects right in there. And I just did this, but I grabbed it from here, it pulled right out. So that's the trick, everybody. I wouldn't even say trick, but I'm not familiar with changing lights like that. But I was grabbing the whole thing back here, and that's why it was difficult, but then got figured out pretty easy. So now this is disconnected from the bumper, so we don't got to worry about it. All right, everybody, I just wanted to, it's hard to, I'm under the car, but this is where I'm by the belly pan, where you have those 3 screws in the, I mean, they're actually 2 screws, but I was like, what is this? Because I couldn't get the bumper off. So it's just another pin, a plastic pin that you have to get off. So I just easily went under there. Let's see if I could, there it is, hold on. I just easily went under there. If you see me here, I'm trying to do both at the same time, so bear with me. Anyways, it's a weird angle, but it's in the middle. There's 3 of them. You'll see that one of them is, I mean, both of them at the 2 ends. You have to remove those screws, but that's just bringing it out with the tool to remove the plastic clips, okay? That's what got me stuck to remove the bumper right now. We finally got the bumper off, so there it is. I have the bumper there. It's no mystery. I'm using the ZL1 add-on, the titanium hook. So when we took off the bumper, it was, you know, had to jiggle it a little bit, but if I can describe this the best that I can, these were the ones that kind of tricked us at the end that I missed. So if you're looking at the bumper from the inside, there's two in the front, that one, and then that one over there. And once we got those loose, we were good to go. And then these are the three in the back, where the one at the ends are screws, and then that's like a big plastic push pin. You gotta take that out. But after that all got done, we were good to go. Remove the lights, they were easy. Once again, just to show you guys, don't pull that part, pull the end part of that beige piece, and then the other light fixture in there. That one comes out pretty easy. Same thing on this side. Same process. All right, so we took the sensor off right here, popped it out so we can get that out of the way. And then these have clips like this, both of them. So we just popped them out, they go right in. Pop those out. And then with a 13mm, you got two screws here for to install the tow hook. You got to go back here with a ratchet. So we just had the ratchet like right here, 13mm from the back, and removed both of these from the back, the nuts, and those are the nuts right there with a 13mm, and it's a deep socket you need, and those are the nuts that pop out. There's the final result. That's the titanium ZL1 add-on, and if you see there, it went in flush. Perfect. Just to give you guys, it was a lot of work. Tedious, you have to be patient. Wasn't like brain surgery, but it was a lot of work. So just getting off the bumper, putting it on, you know, the biggest thing is just wiggling it off. I started seeing that we had to take it on and off about 7-8 times to get this straight on through the web, through the honeycomb there. And one of the easy things is you just have to focus when you're going on and off on it coming between these. Where are they at? Right here. These right there, and that one. So I already bolted in the sides, screwed in the screws already, screwed in everything in the belly pan that we showed earlier that we took off. So all we're gonna do now, which we showed how to take it off. Once you take it off, obviously you'll know how to put it back on. So the last thing is just to put this in on both sides, and then torque in the tires. But overall, it was a good experience. It was fun. Hard work though. But I'm very happy. Everything came out nice. That thing is in there solid. So I hope the video helps out. And I'm excited. I'm getting ready to do my first track day October 2nd at the Auto Club Speedway in Fontana. And then I should be at a private event at Willow Springs December 2nd. So there you have it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. I will see you guys soon on my next video.